Hello everyone, welcome to the Belgian Grand Prix. This is round 14 of the World Championship for bronze. And, wow, I must say that championship has been whittled down quite considerably, hasn't it? After last week's events there with Dan. I don't think was racing, was he? Ooh, I've just had a can of Monster, and that's not a good thing. I've got very bloated now. But well, well, I say it's been whittled down. It's almost absolutely nothing. It is about it's 2 points separates Dan and Kian at the moment. I think the Kian is struggling to get in. He asked for an invite, and I think the team may have got in, but I'm not sure to be honest, because unfortunately my Discord's closed now. But Dan leads the championship by a minute 2 points. And if you said that the championship was going to be that close after the first 7-8 rounds, I would have eaten my hat, but it has completely changed on its head in the last couple of races. And last race, especially, Kian was on a. I think the Kian's won like 4 of the last 5 races. I'll fact check myself in just a few moments' time. But whilst we're just waiting for the final couple of drivers to get in, then we'll go through the rest of the championship. Marski, 15 points away from Kian, and 15 points away from the lead, 13 points away from Kian at the moment. And so the top three are covered by 15 points at the moment now. So Marsky is very much up for spoiling a surprise, but Marsky is also running a little late tonight as well. So not ideal preparation there for the man who's third in the championship. Then we got a big gap of 38 points between Marsky and Smith Almighty. Serious Mushroom, 20 points further adrift on 93. Seekers Muck had a great start to the season, won his first ever Grand Prix, has dropped back ever so slightly, Serious Muck has, but on 88 points nonetheless. 10 points away from Seekers Muck is Craig R. Jinner on 73 points. Jinner's got the pace up, but again, it keeps having issues with tyres, doesn't he? Jinner does. But let's see if he's resolved that issue today then here in Spa, which tyre wear is not the premium here, is it, to say the least. Rocket Lee in ninth for this now, just like Jinner, really. Rocket Lee has had so much pace. 2 pole positions this season for Rocket Lee, but in the terms of points, not much to show for it, albeit I'd love to have 57 points, to be fair, but Rocket Lee is a man who would prefer to be a bit, to have more in his account, I would say. Hungry Stars, great season so far in 10th position on 52 points. No brain, goodness gracious me. Then we have got, who's in 11th? And then we have got Anthony, of course, Anthony in the 11th position on 51 points. They're very close between Rocket League Stars and Anthony. Slayer with that great 30, with that great second position in Austria a few weeks ago on 36 points, 23 for Dynamo Dan, the former runner-up in bronze there. Goodness me, struggling at the moment. Duncan Dave on 12 points, 8 for Luke, 6 for Vintage there. And then we've got 4 drivers yet to score. Winnie at IRS, LB, and then Real Ashton and Swanshanks Constructors Championship. Ferrari lead now 47 points in from the next constructor, which is RB on their first season for bronze. Third position, the Alpine team. And then we got Haas in fourth. Fifth position is the Kick Sauber. Williams are in sixth position. Seventh is the Red Bull. Eighth is Aston Martin. Mercedes in ninth, and McLaren, just like all the other constructors championships, unfortunately a rock bottom there. Kian, then let's take a look. Yeah, Kian. In the last 5 races, Kian has won 4 of the 5, and of course the other race where he finished 7th, I think it was. Impressive, certainly Kian is in this lobby as well, which is probably going to be very disappointing for a lot of drivers out there, I would say, because last night's performance was pretty impeccable. Kian finishing second in the end there, and it was another debutante of Arstein, who got a Grand Prix win there, and a good start in their silver career. That very odd bronze silver was last night, and of course quarter of the grid was actually made up of reserves then. So not many points in terms of the constructors last night. I was trying to work out how in the world has Alpine lost the in the joint constructors. As let me take a look at that, because it was a very comfortable margin for Alpine, but now they're 21 points away. They're now down to second. I noticed it on Sunday, and I was pretty dumbfounded by that. But all of a sudden, Alpine, who had about a 100-point lead about a few races ago, has all of a sudden now 21 points away. And Ferrari have certainly been on the ascendancy in all championships, gold, silver, and bronze, could be one of the reasons why. Which is obviously one of the reasons why they're up there, but it just took me by surprise when I read that on Sunday. Goodness gracious me. Right as we come up into Lake Como, then of course this is the best race circuit in the world. You can't you're not going to change my opinion on that one. This circuit has been superb. It depends on whether you guys think that Spa is overhyped, underrated, or Jenner off the circuit. Of course, Stroll crashed there in 2023. Hopefully, Jenner has missed it for the time being, but that's not an ideal start either. I don't know what you guys think about what you guys think about Spa, but I think it's a brilliant circuit, and I think it's very rated indeed, as the cool kids say. Oh, my word, we haven't got qualified started properly just yet, have we? So I was just taking a look to see if we got any milestones tonight. Vintage on his 97th Grand Prix start tonight. Happy 97th there for Vintage. I think apart from that, not really other milestones. But 75th Grand Prix start tonight for Hungry Styles. Happy 75th for Hungry Styles. Lovely stuff indeed. But anyway, enough with the... Oh, am I not in the party? Oh, no! Oh, dear. What am I in then? Hang on a minute. Oh, goodness gracious me. To be fair, I haven't actually been shouting properly yet. Hang on. 1 minute. Right, let me... Hang on. What's going on here? 1 second. Right. I'm thinking I'm in my own party, am I? Let me quickly get into... How do I get out of here? 1 second. No. Yeah, join. Goodness gracious me. Right, is that better? That is better. Oh dear, oh dear. Ginger Ray just in the comms box. Drivers and ears will be bleeding. I'm going to be honest, I'm so sorry to Jenner, to Sick as Muck, and to Real Ashton there. I didn't even know. That is pretty horrific indeed, isn't it? Oh gosh. I thought there was something strange going on. I don't know what, but I had a really peculiar feeling when I started the stream, like I'd forgotten to do something. So I was having a quick look around to see what I actually forgot on the laptop and stuff, which is why I sounded a bit distracted, to be fair. So I'm so sorry, Jenner. And all the other drivers out there. Hello to Vidat, then Kian the GOAT, then. Of course, Kian couldn't take the lead in the championship tonight. What can Dan do to stop this relentless freight train from taking the lead in the championship for the first time in their career, for the first time this season as well for Kian? When was the last time that Dan won a race? That is going to be on my mind. It was the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix about 6-7 races ago. And of course, Dan has not been on the podium since the Spanish Grand Prix. So, as Jenner sets a fast up race, so Dan is not in a rich run of form at the moment. So, Dan has got to really answer the questions that has been, which has certainly been held against him at the moment, from Kian. And so, Kian very much the man in the moment now. Jenner, goodness me, 8/10 of a second quicker than Sick as Muck. And Sick as Muck is no slouch in that kick Sauber either. My word, that's incredible. And that's on the medium tire as well. Real Ashton is gone third fastest in the Williams, or the Willie, as they are more, they could be known as well. Of course, in the paddocks, they were called the Willies. Here comes Anthony, as I kept calling him Stephen last week. Of course, that might be Anthony's first name, but of course, we like to use first names because second names because we want to sound more professional and all that kind of stuff. Evening to you, Farf. Good evening to Knowles as well. Good luck, Bronze. Race where can be spicy, that's all I will say then. As Goka's Styles has just thrown it in there. It's a wet race, said. Oh, my word. Remember on Sunday we have made a list about all the wet races around here, all the classic races around here, and a lot of them were rain affected races. I think the only rain affected race in 2005 was Belgium, wasn't it? And of course that was would have been a 1-2 for the McLaren team. Did McLaren get 1-2? I don't think they did, because Montoya tripped over when the back markers, didn't they? Unfortunately, which cost McLaren dearly. And of course, that season, McLaren probably could have and should have taken the title down to the wire at the very least. Shocking reliability and a lot of other mistakes as well for that McLaren that season there. And unfortunately for Kimi Raikkonen, I would argue that Kimi Raikkonen probably drove better in that season and put in that season he did in his championship winning season of 2007, but that's very controversial indeed then. The final turn. Going up to the line then for Dynamo Dan going second fastest. It's the fastest driver on the soft compound tyre, but Jenner is the fastest overall driver then in this short qualifying session here tonight then. Anthony then crossing the line in the Aston Martin going second fastest, and the first driver into the 39 set apart from Jenner. Astra John doing a great job, Astra John is, and of course reserving regularly in bronze and silver, and hats off there. He's doing a great job, and probably one of ALR's driver's most favourite reserve drivers as well. Fantastic stuff indeed. Moomin returning back to bronze then. Moomin, of course, was a full-time driver, gave up the seat then, but he is back in action now tonight. Moomin is at the top of the hill at Lake Com then, replacing the Kick Sauber driver of LB, who is unfortunately not racing. I think that LB might, I'm not sure if that was a late substitute or if LB has... was not in here. Well, we'll find out sooner or later. Goodness me, far for saying it says sure that as a goodness me. Don't worry, Far. I'll get my vengeance tomorrow, as I will try and block him in qualified. By the way, don't do that. I should probably not admit that because now Knowles is going to be on me like a hawk, isn't he? Goodness me. Of course, the admin team actually talking about admins had a team meeting last night there to discuss the future of ALR and what is going to be on the horizon there for Formula 1 in general. A lot of things are on the table. Nothing has been decided just yet because it has to have a final vote and all that kind of stuff. And some drivers may be asked for their opinions as well, which is all exciting stuff, isn't there? But yeah, there's a lot of things. Oh my goodness me! And Vintage has had enough of my hoo-ha and has decided that he wants to celebrate his 97th Grand Prix start by starting from the back of the grid, but that car's in a very dangerous location, and to be honest, that top part of the circuit, very dangerous indeed then, as Vintage is off to the side, out of qualifying, 20th on the grid, and that's a shame there for Vintage. We don't know what happened, but he was at the foot of the hill of Eau Rouge, and it looked like he was stuck on the grass, but Vintage out of qualifying, Rocket League going for 3 pole positions in of his career, 9 minutes to go in this qualifying session there. Rocket League, very impressive top indeed. Jitter is now out on soft tires, and Luke is going full fastest in that hullabaloo that we was just going through. Then here comes the World Championship. No, not the championship leader just yet, but Kian, who is on an absolute rich run of Formula 1. Here comes Sarah Smush, and then of course in the beautiful yellow helmet there into the bus stop chicane, which is not really a bus stop anymore, is it? First, the ALR race on my new PS5, says Luke, who is currently 5th at the moment there, and Luke is has only got 8 points on, but Luke has only just started in the Aston Martin there. But Luke, a former Grand Prix winner as well, and hopefully he can celebrate his first PlayStation 5 race with a good result then as well. Here's Kia, and then into the bus stop chicane as well, almost out of the ERS deployment. Then, of course, here comes the Ferrari, the Scuderia Ferrari, leading the Constructors' Championship. Smith will want to become a 2-time Constructors' Champion as well, which would be great stuff for him. But, of course, Kian probably would rather have the drivers rather than the constructors. But to be honest, sometimes that championship goes hand in hand. More often than not, the constructors usually won with the same as the drivers there. Kian goes second fastest there. Dan, where is Dan at the moment? Dan is only just started their lap. And there is Dan coming down into the bottom part of the circuit now at Puyong. Smithy, who's out on the circuit there. We got Winnie, who is in the pits at the moment, just chilling out. Who is the furthest man across there? I think it's Duncan Dave. So we'll stick with Duncan Dave for the minute. Where am I on the comments then? Because I've been a bit lackluster on the comments, haven't I? Carabao Cup's on tonight, fantastic. Slayer, yo everyone, Jenner is taking the Mick then. Don't mean Mick Schumacher either. Big Al is saying that, love the name. Had HDMI and controller issues, hopefully solved now, says Slayer. I've always had HDMI issues, to be honest. Because I usually because I go through a capture card more often than not, and Jenna has gone fastest there whilst I was watching Duncan Dave. Dan goes 5th fast there. He is right behind Kian on the grid, which is idealish, but Jenna 4/10 a second quicker than Rocket League then, so the gap has shrunken ever so slightly then, as we just got Marsky in 7th position now, third in the championship, and we have got Dan leading the championship, is right in the middle of Kian and Marsky on the grid. Not anymore, because Swanshanks with a fantastic 5th position at the moment there, but sick as muck, it's gone up to 4th as well. Swanshanks, who hasn't scored this season, but what a performance so far for Swanshanks here. Whilst I've been trying the rates, everything going on, I've kind of missed everything else here in this one so far, but Swanshanks start qualifying at the moment. Brilliant stuff indeed there for the Mercedes driver. Evening camera racer, hello to all racers and good luck. Jinner, hey, up off, Jinner then, as Vidad saying Kian and Team Kian there from Thunder. Let's go, Kian, and hello to Sean, go to commentary. Wow, 1,000 a second difference, says Thunder as well there. Thank you very much, Thunder, and I apologise to everyone that I was ignoring just a minute ago, and I got to say, I've done a shoddy spectatormanship in this qualifying session, haven't I? Here comes Smith the Almighty, as we mentioned, of course, can become a double constructors champion in two seasons, which is fantastic stuff indeed. Real Ashton starts our lap then. I'm looking for an Aston Martin, but I think it's Luke who's just starting their lap. We got a McLaren out there of Winnie, who is the newest. Let's talk about Winnie for a minute. Winnie is the newest member of the McLaren team. McLaren have started to score now, so which is all good stuff indeed. Now, can Winnie, a Grand Prix winner, potentially should have been a two-time Grand Prix winner. Of course, we do hear about his Achilles heel though for Winnie, as Smithfield Mighty shared on commentary one time that the reason why Winnie's either really quick or really slow is it depends if he's allowed to do practice there, which I thought was quite amusing indeed then. But from McLaren's point of view, I think they'd be happy to have a former Grand Prix winner in their ranks now with Winnie, and of course Winnie is replacing Don the Dons, who unfortunately exited stage left on last week in Hungary. It got very aggressive, didn't it, towards the back end of the field, unfortunately. I hope you like my toast, Swanee, says Slayer. So a bit of teamwork there for the Mercedes team then, which I must say Red Bull was lacking teamwork on Sunday, weren't they? With Marquis and of course Legends are fighting tooth and nail, and potentially it cost them points really. Certainly cost Marquis some points. Real Ashton going 15th fastest in the Williams car, 700 a second in front of Moomin at the moment. Ashton is just coming into the final part of the lap now then. We're going to keep an eye on what Winnie does. Both McLarens have not started their qualifying session just yet then. Thunder, Sean and Alex are greater than Crofty and Martin. I wish I was as good as Crofty and Martin. I would love to be even in the same ranking as them. I don't ranking same league. I wish I was in the same region as them, to be honest. I do love Crofty and Martin Brundle's commentary. I love it. Of course, I think my favourite commentary duo is definitely Murray Walker and Martin Brundle. However, it's when he goes 9th fast there, underlying his potential, and that McLaren potentially could, on his McLaren debut, on his return to Grand Prix racing here tonight, can come in. Only one race start this season then, but will come in and really rattle the feathers of a lot of the usual guard here in bronze, which will certainly not be ideal, especially for the likes of Marsky at the moment, who is down in that 10th position now because of Winnie going up into 9th position here. So Marsky is going to have to do a lot of work then to get himself up with the championship rivals there. Rocket League, evening all then. Good evening to you, my good sir then. As how does it feel to have Kian right next to you? Goodness me, as Kian is currently third at the moment then. And to be honest, Kian did a great job in silver last night, didn't he? He's really impressive stuff indeed there. But Kian there is on a really rich run of form at the moment anyway. As we've mentioned there, of course, that has really corresponded inside the lack of form there from Dan, which I'm sure that Dan really appreciates me saying that, to be honest, as he's probably shaking his fist at his mobile device or whatever he's watching us on, or possibly even watching us later, as he doesn't want this ginger fool yelling in the background. Anthony then over the brow of the hill. I'm going to try this week not to call him Anthony Stevens or Stephen Anthony. He is just Anthony, as Ashton is coming to the pit lane, happy with his performance in the Williams, and there we started in 16th at the very least. Then you're better than Crofty, mate. Thunder saying that if only I was. At least Crofty knows how to basically, at least Crofty knows how to speak, as I just mutter sounds, to be fair. On board with Anthony once again, and Crofty doesn't get half the drivers wrong as much as me. Kian is so slow in qualifying, says Thunder. If only I was that quick in qualifying there. To be honest, my best lap around here, I think, is a 2 minutes and 5. To be honest, I feel that used to be the quickest time on the first ever F1 game on PlayStation. I think it was the 95 season, which and I think that was in the best car of the Benetton, or was it the Williams? And I do not know, to be honest. Anthony's not having a great lap here. It's a quarter of a second down that Anthony is there, so I'm wondering if Anthony may abandon this lap then. Well, he's only got a minute and a half to go, and he's already committed, hasn't he, to this lap then. He's got no battery left leader then. So Anthony might as well finish it here, but this is not looking, this is not is not really showing a lot of pace here for Anthony, as it says me from my sitting on my poof. Across the line now, Anthony does improve by 10th of a second. There a lot of time that he gained in the final sector, but unfortunately that's not really a lot to write home about, which is a shame there. On board now then with Kian's teammate, which is this gentleman here, then Marsky on the lap down, just looking for the other dark blue dot, which I think is Rocket Lee, who's 2/10 of a second up at the moment. And can he find another 2/10 of a second to go pole position? And not quite, but he's a 42.6 and is edged away ever so slightly from Kian. But Rocket Lee currently on the front row of the grid. Rocket Lee is a very fine qualifier indeed. Similar to Jinner, they've got so much qualifying pace. Can both drivers they can have a clean pair of heels and have a good race then? Out to the final turn there for Smithy on Muncher. Across the line goes 8 fastest for Smithy. That would be his best position then for tonight then. Across the line, who is that just in the background? Mushroom on some serious mission tonight then. He is 6th fast in the Willy. Fantastic there from Serious Mushroom. There's a gaggle of cars in the background of Dandan. We got a McLaren in the background as well. A Duncan Dave going 16th fastest in that second McLaren for Duncan Dave. So that is it then for Duncan Dave. And Swanshanks crossing the line. That's it then for Swanshanks. So it's not it for Swanshanks, because Swanshanks can complete his lap then. But Swanshanks is the last driver across the line. Ashton John cannot go any harder in 8th position then. We got Hungry Stars down in 19th position then, as Marsky has abandoned his time. He's invalidated his time. That's why he's in the pits then. What about Slayer? He's around 3/10 of a second. That is in the ballpark of Dynamo Dan. Potentially can edge in front of Luke as well. But no, he can't, because he's invalidated his time. Slayer has, and that is it then. I hope that he done that just as we was on board with him rather than earlier on then. As unfortunately there's an issue there for one of the kick salvers out of the qualifying session. Here's Luke then on a new console out of the final turn and coming out to the line as well then, as where does Luke put himself? Luke puts himself 10 fastest at the moment then. Where is Kian then? We're on board with Kian now. He's third at the moment, 2/10 of a second up then. He is in the same region as Rocket League. Can he find out 2/10 of a second of pole position? No, he can then. Jinner currently on pole position at the moment then. Jinner out of the final bus stop chicane, and Jinner's going quicker again then. Can anyone stop this man? The answer is no. It's pole position once again for Jinner. Magnificent stuff for the Haas. Wow, absolutely incredible. I'm looking for someone else. Who am I looking for? Dan currently 7th fastest at the moment as we come across the line then for one of no, they're all coming in the pit. So Dan's not. No, Dan, this is a good time so far for Dan. He's 7th on the grid then. This is better. That's 4th for Dan. And goodness gracious me, that's a turn up for the books. Dan currently in 4th now then, and is back right behind his championship rival. Swanshanks is crawling back to the pit lane. What a qualifying time for Swanshanks. Swanshanks is my star of qualifying with 6 on the grid. But Jinner is the measuring stick of qualifying. Pole position there for Jinner. And that is Jinner's. Bear with, caller. That is Jinner's 8th pole position of the season in 14 qualifying attempts. Wow. I must say that Jinner's absolutely dominating qualifying, hasn't he? Goodness gracious me. Jinner certainly has it locked down, doesn't he, in qualifying. But can he get his first Grand Prix win of the season is what is going to be the question now there for Jinner. Is it too late for Jinner to mount a championship challenge? It's getting late in the day now, isn't it? But never count Jinner out. Carfelt spot on for Jinner as he tips his hat off to me. I tip my hat off to him. Brilliant stuff indeed there for Jinner. Absolutely magnificent stuff. I think the second spot in Spa is better than pole, says Thunder. And the reason why Thunder says that is because of the slipstream and going up into Lake Com. Remember in the past the likes of Vettel there, of course, as Crofty said, as here comes Sebastian Vettel in a much more exciting tone than that. Then. But it's Jinner and Kian row 1. Dan, the championship leader in 4th position. Rocket Lee is in 3rd. That great performance there from Rocket Lee. Right, here we go then for the start of the Belgian Grand Prix. And I thought I'm going to be honest, I was expecting a bit of showers, to be honest. But it's beautiful sunshine here in the Ardennes Forest. Is it the Ardennes Forest? I don't really know. Or is that Hockenheim? To be honest, Hockenheim is only an hour's drive away from here, isn't it? I believe. And the Nürburgring is quite close here as well. So it's like that area of Europe is kind of like the zone of like superb motor circuits, of Formula One circuits, or just tracks in general, is what I'm trying to say there. Cian is so much quicker than Ginger in the race. I make no bones about that, Thunder. I got to be honest. If Cian and me was doing a head-to-head around here, I very confidently predict that Cian would lap me Cian would lap me on the second lap, and I wouldn't even have completed my first lap, to be honest. And that's me going at full beans on the lowest car setup, and then I'm able to change the car setup halfway round, and Cian would still lap me, to be honest. So that is it. That's as good as my skill goes. How many wins for Ginner, says Big Al. This season, no wins for Ginner this season. However, in his whole career, Ginner did get 7 Grand Prix wins there in his first stint of bronze, of course. Ginner's whole total pole position count is 11. Really good stuff indeed there. Right then, who else we got then? Is he a one-lap magician? And Ginner, he's superb and qualified. I would say that Ginner and Kiki are probably two of the best qualifiers in ALR Formula 1, in my opinion. Fantastic stuff indeed, that. He just needs to choose a good strategy and push him out to the DRS range. Thunder is saying about Cian's strategical options here tonight. And there are the strategical options for all 20 drivers there on the left-hand side. Softs, mediums, and hards are all accountable there. Hungry Styles there, making his 75th Grand Prix start tonight, hard. Ashton Army, hard. Slayer, hard. He is struggling with the car as well, Slayer is. He can't find a foot. Can't find a grip in this on this performance of car. Serious Mushroom, hard. Sick as Muck, hard. And then we got soft tires there for Ginner Cian. For Swanshanks, brilliant qualifying for Swanshanks. That's fantastic. Fingers crossed and get some points. Smith Your Mighty, soft. Dynamo Dan, soft. Vintage, soft as well. Qualifying doesn't say so though. Big Al is saying that Ginner needs a better race car setup and strategy. Big Al is saying Cian has experienced difficulties in meeting the qualifying standards from the initial stages there, Thunder is saying. I think that Cian's race performance is so good, though, isn't it? It's like Percy and Troy and Emerson as well. Drivers that are so good with race wins, so many wins behind them. But in terms of qualifying trim, potentially not as good then. I said that Emerson got 20 pole positions in the end. Ginner, pole position with Cian, followed by Rocket Lee on medium tires, Dan on soft, Seekers Merc on hard, soft tires for Swanshank, Serious Mushroom hard, Ashton John medium, Smith Almighty soft, Luke on soft as well, Winnie on his second start this season, Marsky, followed by Anthony, Dynamo Dan has been disqualified, Slayer 15th, 16th Duncan Dave, Ashton 17th, Moomin 18th, Stars 19th, 20th is Vintage. I had to get that in very quickly because I was right behind the 8 ball there. 5 lights are on then. There's no green because these roads have so much good reactions, and lights out, and it's go in Spa. And Cian's already through. Cian's already passed. A great start from Cian. Ginner's already down to second position there. Or is that tactical? No, it isn't, because Rocket Lee is off the circuit, and who's he took it with? It's one of the who is that? Is that Dan's been caught out there as well. Rocket Lee, I think, spun up the wheels, and unfortunately lost out. And there's also a Mercedes one off the circuit, and here comes Ginner. That's my personal battle. Ginner takes the lead then got up into the top of Lakecombe. Look at the gap though between second and third as we go into this gaggle of cars. Have they all made it through? They have indeed. Swanshank's down 2 positions. Serious Mushroom down 2 positions as well, but remember they're all on the harder tyres. What has happened to Dan and Rocket Lee then both caught each other. Then as Dan got damaged, Dan's got huge damage as well. The championship leader is behind the 8 ball. Rocket Lee, did he spin at the rear wheels there? And is that what caused the spin? Then we'll have to find out. Oh goodness gracious me then. Let us commence the endeavour then. Let's go, Cian then. Alice made it Al means it is he's always slow in qualifying. Gina, let's go, says Big Al, who is currently Gina leads up. We got Smithy Almighty there. There's Kian then, but just take a look at this gaggle here, because Sick as Muck then is got a 2.5 second deficit already. Dan's got damage. He's going to have to come in the pits. And remember that Troy stayed out all on Sunday. Vintage is off the circuit at Stavilo, and unfortunately for Vintage, Smithy Almighty's up in the third position and passes the kick Sauber. And what about Winnie in the background? Winnie's on the inside as well, but he'll have the outside there, and he does have the outside. DRS has been enabled, of course, at the end of this lap, but that's one of the newer rules here in ALR. Wow, an incredible start then. But Kian is all over the gearbox of Jinner. There is Jinner that accelerates away. Remember about Troy on Sunday. Troy hung it out there for most of the race, and unfortunately didn't. He was waiting for a safety car of some kind. Swanshanks was ghosting there. Swanshanks is losing out here. Here comes Marsky. Marsky is now through into Eau Rouge, and Kian is going for the lead here. He's on the grass as Jinner then gives him just about Ferrari's whip, and Kian retakes the lead on the Belgian Grand Prix. What is good for these two is that they've already broken DRS from the gaggle behind here. Now Marsky cannot get past Aston John. Then Aston John still in 8th position. Marsky is up 3 positions there. Good stuff indeed there. Serious Mushroom trying to reclaim some of the position he's lost. He's actually done that, and he's back up into 7th position. Great recovery there from the Mushroom. Kian's off the circuit in the Ferrari, and what happened is the corner no name, and there's damage to Kian. Oh my goodness gracious me. And what has happened? That's the whole of the wing section gone for the Ferrari, and my goodness me, Dan had a horror show start. This is an opportunity for Kian to take the lead in the World Championship, but now Kian's got wing damage. That is not going to be able to, that's not raceable. He has to come into the pits, Kian has here. He simply requires being in the lead position when he was about to enter the pit stop, but Thunder said that just before Kian had issues there. What has happened to Kian there is there's a very laggy kick Sauber there, and look, Kian is dropping down, and Dan's going to be happy to see that, but Jinner's got a 2-second lead over Smithy. Winnie's up in the third position. Winnie's up 8 positions already. Luke is under attack there from Sick as Muck. Where is Sick as Muck? He's alongside us. There's contact between the two cars across the line then, and we don't usually see overtaking into last source set. Apparently, if you listen to the 2008 stewards, I'm not bitter. Into the pits comes the Ferrari. Now going up the inside is Serious Mushroom. There he goes. And Mushroom up in the 5th position now. Yellow flag. What's happened there? Yellow flag then is somewhere something's gone wrong. Where's the yellow flag then? Kian's in the pits there. Vintage is recovering. Jenner is out on his own at the moment. And as we've now got Sick as Mike all over the gearbox of Serious Mushroom, there's contact between Astra, and now here comes Marsky. Marsky, that his 2 championship protagonists have had issues on this opening stint here, and now Marsky is now up in his 6th position, and the King Sauber is all lost at sea because Ashton is now in his 10th position as well. Where's Dynamo Dan? Dynamo Dan trying to get through, but not quite at the moment there. A glancing blow with the rear diffuser of the King Sauber. Sickers Muck is dropping down like a stone. What is happening to Sickers Muck? That those are on the hard tyres, are they? Let's take a look at the tyre strategy. Yes, Sickers Muck is on the harder tyre, but Serious Mushroom is making it work then. As Big Al, what happened then? As goodness gracious me, then we do not know what happened. Unfortunately, at the moment, then we'll have to find out. Hopefully we'll have a. Hopefully, we'll see before the end of the stream then, or if someone can let us know, that'd be great. But unfortunately, well, I don't know who's going to let us know, so unless Farf has got his beady eyes, Farf has got his beady eyes open there. As Farf does not miss a trick normally, does he? But let's see what the development is there. Great drive from Winnie there. Remember, Winnie has got a Grand Prix win in his career. Swanshank's great qualifying, drop down into 10th at the moment. Swanshank's has it, but he's all over the gearbox. I've had Dynamo Dan. Yellow flag then for the Red Bull. Vintage is struggling at this stage of proceedings. Vintage, the most Grand Prix starts in bronze history now is Vintage there, but this is not a race to write home about. Dan is not pitted, so Dan has stayed out. Kian is now on the harder tyres, and so Kian, is that going to put him onto a 2-stop strategy? And goodness me, there's a bit of contact in between the 2 cars then, as just on board then, as just watching watching Diamond Dan now up in the 10th position there. I was trying to read the comments whilst trying to, as Vintage having nightmare race out there. And I'm going to be honest, as here it comes, I don't know what to watch, but I'm going to watch this battle as Marsky is up in the 4th position. Great, oh my word, and through goes Dynamo Dan. Duncan Davis through as well. Swan takes dropping down the order. Oh, that's a conventional there. It's up the inside goes Astra John here. Wow, incredible driving indeed then. So when the soft tire is going to go up, that is the first query on my mind. Remember, softs to hards won this race on Sunday. We had a late safety car in silver last night, and so maybe we'll take the silver strategy with a pinch of salt. But I remember that a straightforward race on Sunday was soft to hard. So once again, Astra and Luke just seems to be tangoing with each other at the moment around the circuit, which is incredible on this circuit with the size of the cars. And I was going to call them something else, and I thought, let's not go down that road, shall we? Lap 4 of this race then. So Thunder says, so we need a safety car. Big out is Kian or streaming. We'd be good to see what happened, because I know that Thunder says that Kian is not streaming normally. Sick as muck has finally regained some balance there. As goodness me, great driving there from Astra John. As I thought he was going to go into the back of Luke, but I think that we was more of having a late lunge at Luke there to try and frighten him off the road. But of course, you need to get up very early in the mornings to frighten Luke off the road. On the outside goes Anthony. Swanshank soft tires looks to be struggling now. He's dropping down into 11th position there. We got a good gap now between Sinkers Mug and Dynamo Dan then. Moving in the pits there. Moving in the pits. Here comes Whitney then. And here comes Whitney now. And up into second position. Passes the Ferrari. And there goes Winnie. Asher John has got past Luke again, as those two drivers just cannot leave each other alone at the moment now. As Rocket Lee then after a first corner incident now, and goodness me, and goodness gracious me, Anthony there has been forced off the circuit, there, very robust driving there, goodness gracious me. Dan now back up in the 30th position. Remember, Dan's got damage to his car, so Dan is trying to find a sensible window, I think, and gone to the hard tires to the end of the race there, but Dan struggling down in 13th. As it stands though, he is still leading the championship, but we're only on lap 5 out of 22 here. Goodness gracious me. Soft tires, 7 laps max. Thunder, we need a safety car then to bring Kian back into this race. Same with Vintage and same with Moomin as well. Oh my word. Gap as we got a conga line of drivers around here at the moment. Marsky is currently 3 points away in the championship. If it finishes like this at the moment, it's getting very close to the championship, isn't it? Which it's a Rocket Lee who's making his way back through the field then after a collision. First corner incident between himself and Dan. As he hit something on the floor there, didn't he? Rocket Lee. I wonder what that was. But Rocket Lee, who collisioned with Dan in the opening stage of the Grand Prix, is now back into 9th position. Rocket Lee is. Asher John has set the fast out race on the medium tyres there as they come across the line now. Come on, guys, crash into each other so we can have an exciting race. Thunder is saying there. Thunder, you sound like me. After the last words there and accelerating away. Rocket Lee is going to be looking over his shoulder now. Dynamo Dan, I think, is struggling for performance on that soft tyre. Jenner is still about 2.8 seconds away from Winnie. Smithy Almighty is now gaining on Winnie, and Winnie's going to be overtaken. He has been overtaken now, as those two drivers there could potentially, very close to each other. Winnie's going to go up and over there, but that wouldn't have been ideal. Dan is through and up to 12th position now. Dan his next target's almost 1.5 seconds away now. Well, it was because who's that? Rocket Lee off the circuit, and Rocket Lee made his way back up into 9th position there, but all the momentum that he's gained has dropped him back down into 15th position for Rocket Lee. Oh dear, then Rocket Lee then after all that effort is dropped. Oh, and Swanshanks is off the circuit as well, and goodness gracious me, two drivers did superb in qualifying, as having a bit of a difficult race so far, and it just shows that qualifying and race trim is so different in this championship, and that's what makes it exciting there. Thunder, you are evil, Nosey has said that. I don't condone Thunder's word said, but I do agree. So, goodness me. Of course, I do love a safety car. Winnie has got past Smithy Almighty. I know the admins don't like safety cars. I was also a big advocate of getting red flags as well, but obviously, that vote was not even going to a vote, I don't think, because that was shut down quite quickly, especially with sometimes the performance of this game or the stability of this game potentially. But how dare we question Codemasters or EA in general, because I do think that EA was the reason why the games have started to drop off. That's my opinion anyway, but let's not beat around the bush. I would like to express my desire to see Kian achieve the highest position, as I believe he possesses the necessary qualities and skills to excel in that role. So I am evil. And talking of an incredible, I was going to say talking of evil, but actually not evil at all, but absolutely devilish pace, I would say. Marsky is in third, and as it's that, no, he isn't. He's back down to fourth. Then Marsky and now Serious Mushroom have caught up to Smithy Almighty and Winnie so quickly, and I wonder if the soft tires are completely gone on Smithy's car. And Winnie would love to get past now because he is on the medium tires and he is losing a lot of time here against the Ferrari as they go down into Puyol, which I always think is the Spanish defender. I try and pronounce the corner name right, but I never do. But Marsky, if he gets into fourth position, then that means that he will be second in the World Championship, but joint on the same number of points as Dan. But Dan is 1.5 seconds away from getting back in the points. Kian, who had a great race last night, and unfortunately bronze is not ideal at the moment now for Kian, is it? But we'll see how this goes. Let's go Ferrari now. Hold him up for Kian, says Thunder. Of course, both Ferrari. Of course, Kian is in the second Ferrari, down in 18th position at the moment now. Smithy Almighty can be doing his teammate a good service here, albeit Kian is only just coming out of the port, out of the I forgot what shape. Well, what's that? Who's that off the circuit? And I think that was Marsky's gone off the circuit, and that's a lot of time that's been lost there for the RB, and that's not ideal. He's dropped to the back of the crocodile. Who's that in the pits? That's Dynamo Dan in the pits, and Dan in the pits. Oh gosh, two Alpine, both the Dans are in the pits. This is going to be painful for Dan. He's lost out a lot at the start, and now he's going to be held up by his teammate here. Let's take a look then. Yes, look. Oh goodness me, it's appalling luck for the Alpine, who was so well drilled in bronze over the years then, but that's not ideal at all. Our first penalty of the race then has gone to Rocket League as we go into up to Lake Com now. Luke in 6th, Sigismund 7th, Marsky in 8th position there. Anthony is all over the gearbox of Rocket League, but too far back a moment. Luke has got a penalty as well, as the penalties are starting to roll in. Dan lost a lot of time there as they were very close together on track as well, so absolute abysmal from the Alpine team there as Marsky has got past Sick as Muck there, coming out of the corner with no name. That's where he picked up Kian on the opening couple of laps then, where it all went a bit wrong then. As Carlos Puyol then, Puyol then, yes. Goodness me. Yeah, of course, Carlos Puyol then and Puyol then. They're very similar names, albeit of course Carlos is from Spain, not Sainz Puyol, the legendary Spanish captain when football was football. I love that era. Kian's got past Dynamo Dan though, so if Alpine did want to perform a bit of a teamwork strategy, that's not gone too well at all, as Kian has already breezed past Dynamo Dan and now up into 16th position there, but he does have 5 lap younger tyres, and Winnie's gone on the outside of Smithy, but Smithy Almighty is pushing him out of the bus stop chicane. Race leader is in the pits. Jenner is coming into the pits now then for the Haas team, which means that Winnie on his return in the McLaren Mercedes takes the lead of the Belgium Grand Prix. Best service is to come into each other, so there's a safety car, then I can enjoy the race then. If Dan had damage, he didn't change his wing at the stop there. Knowles is saying, goodness me, good spot there. I think Dan's got a lot of damage on that wing. It's the same amount of damage as what Troy had on Sunday. Serious Mushroom is on the grass. Oh my word. And Smithy Almighty is going to retake the lead here. Of course, it's very difficult to get out there. Look at that Red Bull of Aston John also involved as well. Incredible. So Jinner, where is Jinner? He's out in 13th position, but right behind his teammate here. Is he going to get some teammate love from Hungry Styles? And as Hungry Styles may move out of his way, as they're on very different strategies at the moment. Kian's got past Dynamo Dan, Kian's got past Real Ashton Army, and Dynamo Dan has as well. Dan is down in 18th position, made that 17th position now. He's got past Swan Shanks there. Good eyes there from Nosden, and that is a lot of damage, I think, on Dan's car. We'll take a look at that in a minute as... oh my word there. I've forgotten what the chicane's called. That's really annoying me now, goodness me. I got stage fright, ladies and gentlemen. He lost his end plate, so yeah, I guess they are. I think so. At the very least, this is what the game has demonstrated to us. Ferrari driver out there. Ferrari driver, please break some wings out there. It's the most Smithy Almighty is certainly not waving at anyone by, is he? Serious, what's our contact again in the background? Goodness gracious me, we've got a conga line here. Spurious Mushroom. I don't know what I called him there, but Mushroom all over the gearbox of Smithy. Smithy's had enough. He's into the pits now. As my goodness me. Smithy has really bunched them up though, hasn't he there? But as Farfair is very much going to be on his toes now, isn't he? As now into turn one, there goes Astra John, doing a great job. Astra John is in the Super Sub Red Bull. Marsky in fourth. He's back up in the fourth now, Marsky, but potentially should be at the beginning this Crocodile, I would hazard a guess then. Rocket Lee has made his way back on track position as well. Look at that shot. I love that shot. Going through Eau Rouge and Radion then. There's the second McLaren as sick as muck there. Whoa! I thought he's going to turn it on Luke then. Man's up, Astra John has got, oh my goodness me, and cuts across, and Astra John leads into one swift foul swoop then, and takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. I keep saying it, but so many different changes of leaders. Thank you very much, Nosy. It's the Paul Frere chicane then, for goodness me. Whew. Yes, indeed, thank you. The Paul Frere chicane, my word. But it might be because I don't like that chicane, that's my excuse anyway, and I'm sticking with it. Winnie going down the inside of Puyol there, but not quite there. You've got to have a lot of faith and a lot of assistance from the driver in front then to make that manoeuvre, which Slayer's got a 3-second power as well, but Slayer's made it over to 10th position. Slayer's struggled recently in ALR. Of course, Slayer used to be a midfield to a front runner in ALR. So he got his first Grand Prix win last season, but unfortunately, a big fall from Sick as Muck off the circuit. Recovering now. Sick as Muck, of course, one of our newer Grand Prix winners in ALR in bronze this season. A great performance as well for Sick as Muck, and is in the top echelons of the Drivers' Championship. He's in 6th position, but it's not pitted yet, but he will be going on to a very long part of this race there as Astra John takes the lead, as I'm wondering if that's tactical thinking then. Remember, bronze last season was very much a thinking man's game there with Jay Hings, with Kiki, and with Brooksy as well. Pit stop drama. That's Duncan Dave into the pits now. Dan free, almost 4 seconds away from Dynamo Dan at the moment there, his teammate. Smith Almighty now in 12th position. Dunbury, no, what strategy? What's going on with strategy? Jenner's all over the back of Ash Anthony. Whoa! Marsky has just got a rocket ship. I've gone up the wrong car. Wow, Marsky, what has he got in that machine? It's a Red Bull power unit, and goodness gracious me. They'll be investigating that, I'm sure, after this race, because that was absolutely flown by. Wow, Fernando Alonso famously said about putting a rocket ship on his McLaren in the Hungarian Grand Prix a few years ago. Well, I think Marsky has certainly taken that literally. One incredible overspeed there at the top of the hill into Lake Com, and takes the lead then of this one here. So Marsky is now leading this race, and second is Astra John. Sirius Mushroom on the hard tires in third position there for Sirius Mushroom at the moment. Fourth is Winnie, fifth is Luke, sixth is Sick as Muck. Rocket Lee has got some pace in that RB, but unfortunately he keeps trying to restart his efforts at the moment there with a couple of incidents in this race. Jinner is the highest runner to pit and the de facto leader at the moment in 8th position on the hard tyres. 9th is Anthony. 10th position is Slayer with Hungry Stars on 11th position there. We've got Smithy Almighty is de facto second-ish in the Ferrari. Kian in 13th position, 5 seconds away from his teammate. The Dynamo Dan in 14th position. Duncan Dave in 15th. Swanshank 16th with the championship leader of Dan 17th. Ashton 18th, Moomin 19th, Vintage in 20th position. Back at the front of the field. Who's out in the pits? I think that was Rocket Lee. It is Rocket Lee in the pits now. Oh, I'm brief. Oh my word. Jenner's set the fast up the race, and as he's starting to light up the circuit. Remember Jenner's championship winning season. Second half of the season, and it's around these races: Belgium, Zandvoort, Italy, and then going on to Singapore, going on to Azerbaijan was at the beginning of the season last in his championship winning season. But in those circuits like that, Jenner really excelled. So is Jenner out of the championship? He's got a mammoth gap between himself and the championship leader, Jinner has, and the gap is 93 points then. It's more than doable with the amount of races we got left, then, as Anthony has got past Slayer moving Southampton to 8th position. Anthony on the medium tires there, but a bit more quieter, Anthony has in this race. Of course, when you've made a splash like Anthony has in Grand Prix racing in ALR, then running 8th then in the ALR bronze, then it doesn't feel maybe as spectacular, but that is still impressive, because you've got to remember Anthony's in his debut season in ALR bronze, and it's absolutely superb stuff indeed. Thunder. Kian has the potential to make a significant positive impact if he demonstrates exceptional defending capabilities. My goodness me, Thunder is at a thesaurus tonight. To be honest, I wish I had a thesaurus, or maybe, actually probably a dictionary, because I don't really know what a thesaurus is, to be honest. I thought it was something to do with dinosaurs when I was younger. Out of Stavilo, here comes Anthony. No DRS just a moment, but I need to go back to this man here, because Winnie is once again on the move. Marsky still leads at lap 12. Is everyone coming to the pits? Yes! Mushroom's in! Winnie's in as well! So, of course, drivers on very similar but opposite strategies then, which makes no... which completely kerfuffles what I was trying to say there. But Serious Rush will go on medium. Winnie will go on the hard tires. Luke also in the pits as well. There's Winnie there. Oh, soft tires! Goodness me! Winnie has really thrown me to the wolves there. Oh, and that's an unsafe release for Mushroom. But I don't think Mushroom cares too much, and nor will the Williams team either. That Ferrari is Kian there. So Kian will be very much in the ballpark of this one now. But Rocket Lee there is going to be very quick now compared to Kian. And here comes Winnie all over the gearbox of Mushroom. Winnie will be on soft tires. They're almost off the circuit. They're all over the gearbox of Mushroom. And Mushroom there, oh my goodness me. And they're getting very wavy there, but Winnie is through it in 8th position there. But the soft tires only going to last there. Kian is now up into 9th position there. So Kian at the moment takes in the championship. Serious Rush has been forced out wide there. And that's going to allow Rocket Lee through, is it? No, it isn't there. Serious Rush is doing a good job to stay on the circuit as best he can. And a safety car on lap 17 would be spicy. We need a safety car now, says Thunder. Of course, in Silver last night we had a very late safety car then, which very much really spiced the action up there, didn't it? Just watching Marsky then, who's still out on circuit, and Asher John is as well. Do you think that these two drivers are going to try and extend their stints and go on the soft side? I'm surprised to see Winnie and Luke on soft tires. I really am indeed, because I thought they was going to go hard tires, to be honest. But it just shows how much I know. Moonman's got a 3-second penalty down in 19th position then. So Winnie the Pooh, says Big Al. Winnie at the moment then, who's I don't think he needs a poo, but he is certainly firing on all cylinders, isn't he? Slayer has just breezed past Anthony then, as these guys have got a bit of a sagger forming between these two, as there's been an incredible battle. Smithfield Mighty does not, Winnie's got a 3-second penalty, that's not ideal. Smithfield Mighty does not want to be involved in this at all. Smithfield Mighty be hoping that the DRS is going to help him get past these two, because look in the background, there's a gaggle of 4 or 5 cars there. Smithfield Mighty is in a lovely bit of track space, and if he can get past the Mercedes as well, then this is perfect opportunity for Smithfield Mighty then. They're 8 seconds away from Jinner then, and Jinner's now back on the podium place, so this is an absolutely stupendous performance for Jinner. Of course, we are concerned about Jinner's tyre usage, but of course Jinner did not like Hungary, and that could have been one of the reasons why he suffered pretty badly there. Slayer defended quite nicely there at the top of the hill then. Serious Mushroom has got past Kian, and Kian then unfortunately cannot defend against the DRS there. Serious Mushroom contact there. Serious Mushroom left the door ever so slightly open there. Rocket Lee had a fault, but unfortunately could not barge his way through. Luke up the inside then, and Kian then on very old hard tires, at 11 lap old hard tires. He's been on these tires since lap 3. Kian now unfortunately has not got the tools then to defend then. Kian's back out of the points unfortunately, which is such a shame. Thunder team Kian at the moment there, but Kian unfortunately is dropping back in this race there. And as it stands, it will be Marsky leading the championship for the first time this season. And is that the first time in his career for Marsky? I don't think it is. I'm sure he led it in season 3 for a brief period of time there. But Marsky currently leading the championship as it stands out. But Marsky's got a pit. Asher John has got a pit as well. So is Sick as Muck. And talking of Marsky, he is in the pits now. The RB mechanics are primed and ready to go. Then Jinner retakes the lead. Jinner also sets the fast on the race for for an exclamation mark as well then for Winnie. For Jenner. Aston John's gone soft then. What is Marsky going on then? He's done 14 laps on the medium tyres then. He's soft as well then with just a handful of laps to go. It's getting very grey over, I say a handful of laps. We've got about 7 laps to go still on one of the longest circuits on the calendar as well. Up the inside there, Luke barges his way past Rocket Lee. And Luke, of course, more contact than between the two cars. And Luke does have the soft tyres. I don't think Rocket Lee was too fond of Luke's manoeuvre going into La Source there. But over the brow of the hill, then over Randy on the ear. And now here comes Rocket Lee. And that's Marsky through and passes Mushroom over to Symphonish there. Marsky is in a de facto fourth position as it stands at the moment. With Jitter leading, then has stopped. Then Sicker's Merc hasn't stopped. Smithfield Mighty is a de facto second. He has stopped. Smithfield Mighty has not. Smithfield Mighty has stopped, I should say. Slayer has not stopped. Nor has Anthony. Then Winnie and Marsky, who have stopped, then will be third and fourth. And Winnie on the outside there for the corner of no name. I think that Winnie knows that the situation could become a bit dire here with Marsky all over. Is coming up behind him quite quickly. Then. Oh, Whitney's going to go to the inside. That's bold. My goodness me. And Winnie throwing caution to the wind there out of Puyong and up into a fifth position there. Winnie does have. And I'll tell you that Slayer somehow keeping it on the track there. I thought the Slayer was gone then. And goodness gracious me, just shows how as Marsky has snuck through there. I didn't even see that. Marsky has got through. And now can Cirrus Mushroom get through as well, as they're struggling on very old medium tyres now. Slayer is still on the harder tyres, but he's also struggling as well. My word then, look at these conga line here. Going into the bus stop chicane. Jinner's got Sicker's Mug is in the pits there. So Sicker's Mug is one of the final drivers to come into the pits now then. And Sicker's Mug then should be going on to the soft tyres as well. Anthony has got a 3-second penalty for his troubles. Who's out in the pits then? I just said it was Anthony who has come in the pits now. That Mercedes then who is trying to defend from Marsky. Marsky on the outside. Marsky's gone wide then, but he'll have much better traction. He does have much better traction. Job is done then. Slayer then hanging it out to dry. I wonder if Slayer might be hoping for a safety car here. Maybe doing a bit of goal hanging potentially into a Rouge now and over Randy on there. And here comes Mushroom. DRS has got a double dose of DRS as well. Flies past Slayer. Slayer's on a different strategy in the background. Rocket Lee and Luke have renewed their rivalry for 7th and 8th position as well. We'll take a look at penalties in just a jiffy. But I think that we should wait for the pit stops to all finish first. Then we'll take a look at Dynamo Dan and Duncan Davis swap positions. Dan on the other hand, they're down in 15th position. There, Rocket Lee has completely misjudged turn 8 there, and it's dropped back to right behind there, gone to the back of the Mercedes there, and it's dropped right down into 10th position there. So once again, Rocket Lee's got so much pace here tonight, but that's now the third issue that Rocket Lee has had in this race, and once again he's going to have to make up ground here. Kian is now in 8th position. Dan doesn't look remotely like scoring points at the moment, unfortunately for Dan. And Marsky is currently in 2nd in the World Championship. No, he's still 3rd in the World Championship, actually. But as exactly, because Kean takes it in the championship now. As who is that then? As that is, goodness gracious me, it's getting very fruitful here through Blanchimont. Here comes Luke on the soft tyres. Look at how grey it's gone. We're going to have a end of race. And I've got really rubbish camera angles here then. So, oh my goodness gracious me, they've all gone wide. Slayer, contact, and there's more contact at the bus stop there. As Luke barged his way through there, not waiting for an invitation for the door. The door was slightly ajar, and Luke was like throwing caution to the wind here. Big Al concerned, but please, we want a safety car, Big Al is saying, goodness me. And then now we have got Slayer then, who is not going to be, oh goodness gracious me, are we going to have a Webber and Alonso moment? No, we ain't there going through a Rouge then. We got the Kick Sauber and just about, he's got a 3-second penalty, unfortunately. Has Sicker's Muck, and now Rocket League back into 9th position there. I think that I'm going to be honest, I think Slayer should probably think about going into the pits now. Marsky is now in the 3rd position there. Marsky is now joint leading the World Championship there. Actually, no, he isn't. He's 1 point behind Kean as it stands at the moment there. As I just watch it at Marsky, he now needs to really put his toe down here and get away from the battle between Winnie and Cirrus Mushroom. 5 laps to go in this one. Jinner is comfortably leading this race by 10 seconds there from Cirrus Smithy Almighty, I say. From Smithy Almighty in second, with Marsky third. Winnie in fourth position there. Sarah Mushroom up in the fifth. Astro John in sixth. Luke in seventh. Kian into the eighth position, but he has Rocky Lee right behind him in ninth. 10th position then. Oh, Sarah's Mushroom, I'm going to sniff, but nothing more than that. 10th position is Slayer, but Slayer's got a pit. Nope, make that 11 now, because Sickest Mug is through up into 10th position there. And there is Rocky Lee all over the gearbox now of Kian. Kian's got no penalties there, so Kian could also elevate himself up the order with the lack of penalties on his side as well. And here comes Rocket Lee on the outside through Blanchimond. He's done it there. Kian then not fighting too hard there, because Kian knows then the drivers have penalties around him. But also maybe his tyres just do not have the oomph left. Marsky has set the fast on the race, and more importantly at this stage, he has broken the serious pressure on the inside, and there's contact between the two cars. There's damage from Mushroom, and oh my word there, and Marsky, Winnie there just slamming the door shut there, as I wonder if the door was slightly ajar for Serious Mushroom there. I don't think there is damage, and there might be the minutest of damage, but Serious Mushroom knows that he will have the pace over Marsky, and probably is interested in getting that third position on the podium. Mushroom up in the fourth now. Marsky, there he is in third. That he's about 2 seconds away from Smithy Almighty getting that second position. Marsky leads the World Championship then, as we got an almighty scrap then for 13th, 14th and 15th then. Swan Shanks followed by Dynamo Down, followed by Stars, and Dan down in 16th position. A horror show race then for the championship leader. As it stands going into this race, Dan has led the championship, I think, for almost all the races, hasn't he? So this is the first time that the championship lead will have changed hands in this one there. So that is crucial in this race. That is crucial in this race. That's crucial in the championship as well. Oh my goodness gracious me. Right then, the driver's data at the moment, Smithy and Winnie are winning the votes then, with Mushroom also in there, and so is Marsky as well. And that's a difficult driver of the day vote, to be honest there, because all drivers have been driving superbly well, and all drivers are still in this race as well, which is great stuff. A big breath, and we'll go again then. With just 4 laps to go in this race. I'm dripping with sweat, goodness me. I need to sort myself out. Probably I might have to go to the gym. 3 seconds there for Serious Mushroom, for Winnie, and for Luke and Rocket Lee. 3 seconds for Sickers Monk and Slayer as well. Slayer is not pitted, I don't believe, so Slayer is still out on circuit, still waiting for that safety car, I think Slayer is. But at the moment, that safety car is not coming. Marsky is, though. There is Marsky, and Marsky is Rocket League very close to the back of Luke here. They renew their rivalries once again. I don't know who to look at. Let's look at Marsky first then, as I know we are going to look at Astro John. Is on the go almost before DRS. Is through, passes Winnie, and now up into 5th position goes Astro John. Once again, underlining his credentials in ALR, doing a superb job. Astro John is in bronze and in silver. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Marsky did not get past, surprisingly, Smith Almighty, but Smith Almighty may have had a helping hand there from the Kick Sauber in front of us. So I think that might be Moomin there. It is Moomin who has probably towed Smith Almighty up that big Camel Straight going into Lake Calm, and that probably helped Serious Mushroom. No, Smithy Almighty. Goodness gracious me, Sean, sort yourself out. Oh, my word. That has helped Smithy Almighty keep his second position. But Marsky, but now because Marsky hasn't been able to get through at that instance, look at who's now prowling. It is Serious Mushroom. And of course, Smithy Almighty did pit earlier on then. Of course, so he has 3 lap older tyres than Serious Mushroom. Serious Mushroom has got a realistic opportunity here of getting on the podium then. Here comes Marsky then, who's only going to be concerned about to getting points over his championship rivals of Kian, who is going to be jumping up past Luke, past Rocket Lee, and past Winnie as well. So Kian could potentially finish in a de facto 7th or 6th here in this race, so it's not all done and dusted yet for Kian then. So Kian just needs to keep it clean, even with those 17.0 lap hard tyres at the inside there. Winnie's struggling. Winnie is struggling on these soft tyres there. Are the soft tyres now starting to scream out? I think they are, because Luke is now also falling into the clutches of Yellow Flag, as It's Big Vintage just getting out of the way at the top of the hill. And here comes Marsky and up into second position now. Marsky has got the job done. And now Marsky will be using these tyres to try and rocket away from Smithy Almighty as quickly as possible before Smithy Almighty has the DRS drag reduction system at the top of the hill then for the next lap then, which will be the second to last lap in this one. Slayer has forgot to pit. Knowles is saying, and yes, Slayer is still out on circuit. 19 lap old hard tyres. And the rules in F1 is there is not a mandatory pit stop in F1, but what there is, it's Winnie almost off the circuit there, as Winnie is struggling there on those soft tyres there. It's out a lap or two too long now, and is this a look into the future of what is going to become of Marsky's tyres then with just 2 laps to go? Marsky will have the same level of life as what Winnie's tyres were in 2 laps time, which will be the final lap. The rule in Formula 1 is that you have to use 2 types of tyres. It's not a mandatory pit stop, so technically if we've got a red flag now, Slayer doesn't need to pit. He could just throw on soft tyres and go to the end of the race. However, excuse me. However, and of course, there is not going to be any red flags, I don't believe, because we do not have them on. But unfortunately for Slayer, I wonder if Slayer might be thinking about getting fast up, but Slayer dropping down into 11th position now. But it's a very unusual strategy there for Slayer, but certainly trying something different. Slayer is into the pits. Who's out in the pits in the background? That might be Moomin there on the 5.5 medium tyres. Might be going for fast as that Moomin will be. Now Slayer also into the pits as well. So Marsky is still in DRS range of Smithy then, but it's about 7/10 of a second. That should be fine for Marsky. Having said that, Smithy, he's still losing time then. So Marsky, he's just about got DRS range, but I think the Smithy may not be able to cruise up at this stage. Rocket Lee has made his way back with the 5th position. What could have been for Rocket Lee today? I feel that Rocket Lee has certainly had the pace there to certainly be in 2nd position. Could he have been challenging Jenner for the Grand Prix win tonight? Potentially. I'm up in a stretch too far, but Rocket Lee has been firing on all cylinders. So Kian is currently moving up into 7th position and getting past Winnie and Luke then, as Duncan Davis got 3-second penalties then. Sick as Muck will not lose his 10th position there. Sick as Muck is because he's kind of in no man's land. There he is in the green kick Sauber in the background. Kian will make his way back up into 7th position then, which means that he will now take the lead in the driver standards if my maths is correct, which is the biggest if that I'm ever going to stress in my life, because maths is not my strong suit then. I need a spreadsheet, to be honest. Look at this battle here. Winnie, I'm not sure if Winnie is... Winnie's been so good in this race, but I do feel that Winnie may be lacking the tyre, maybe lacking the strategy to keep those tyres in an operative window, because he is dropping like a stone now, Winnie is. He's down into 9th position there on an impressive return to ALR tonight. But unfortunately for Winnie, he's got a 3-second penalty. And not only that, that his tyres are not got the tools to defend against Kian, I don't believe. Kian's done 19 laps on those hard tyres. What a drive from Kian, by the way. He was got almost the whole race on one set of tyres. Nico Rosberg kind of stuff from Russia 2014. My word there. Yellow flag there as I think that's moving, just getting out of the way. Whoa, my word there. And look at that there. And Rocket Lee is flying there as we go wheel to wheel at the top of the hill. And Rocket Lee there is now through. Serious motion there. Not giving up though. Rocket Lee's on the inside to Lake Com then, as I find a full position there, and more contact between the two cars, and Rocket Lee is back into third position there. Mushroom there does have a penalty though, doesn't he? And Smithy Almighty's not going to be too concerned there, is he, about that though, because Smithy Almighty, it's so hard to say tonight. Smithy Almighty will of course get back up in the third position there, but Rocket Lee there, just like his teammate Marsky, has got a rocket in his back of his car. But I'm not surprised by Rocket Lee, because that's half his name. But wow, incredible. And Astra John could elevate himself to 4th position here. Kian will not get any higher in 7th because these Gaggle cars is 3.5 seconds away. There is the no, that's Vintage in the background. I'm a horror show race, unfortunately. It's always Astra John having issues then. And here comes Jinner then. Jinner has not won a Grand Prix so far this season. It's been a tough old season for Jinner. But Jinner then out of the final turn, and Jinner is going to take his 8th career Grand Prix win of his career. And what a maneuver, and what a drive it's been for Jenna then. That is going to put the critics to rest there for Jenna. What a performance. And Jenna then, is he back in the championship? He's still quite a long way behind them, but the championship protagonist having a harsh over race there. But Jenna, 8th Grand Prix win of his career. That's his first Grand Prix win of the season there for Jenna. And his first Grand Prix win in bronze for over a season and over a year. But Jenna back at the top then. And to be honest, the only surprising thing I say is that it has taken until round 14 there for Jenna. But what a performance there. But I think the headline tonight is that Jenna gets his first Grand Prix win in an emphatic style. But Kian takes lead in the driver's standings there. So, I almost swapped my tongue there. Dan, no points, and that is a horror show for Dan. I feel that Dan potentially should have come in the pits there and possibly change that front wing then, because he just didn't have no pace, did he? Dan didn't, unfortunately. So that is such a shame now for Dan, unfortunately. But it's Jenner's day here, and Marsky has really put himself into a championship push there. Useless penalty cost me P3, damn it then. Please let us know what happened to Kian, says Big Al. Hopefully we'll find out then. Ooh, there's a new logo under Marsky's name. Fantastic. Votes for driver of the day. Smithfield Mighty 36%. It's 36% for Marsky as well. Marsky and Smithfield got 36%. As Farf slamming that door shut on driver of the day. Goodness gracious me. Farf has got no time for that kind of nonsense. He wants to go to bed. Great stuff. Ooh. Awesome recovery, Rocket Lee. Yeah, I think the Rocket Lee there could have been second today because he had superb pace. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Kian span in front of me, just too much acceleration, says Jenna. Slayer takes the fastest lap as well, and so Slayer be happy that fastest lap there as Slayer doing his best Nico Rosberg impression there. Final classification then is like this. Jenna, his first Grand Prix win of the season, his 8th Grand Prix win of his career, but that has been a very emphatic statement for Jenna tonight. Marsky, great drive from 12th to 2nd. Smithfield Mighty in 3rd position there with Aston John in 4th. Rocket Lee in 5th. Cirrus Mushroom in 6th. Kian in 7th and takes in the championship, I think. 8th position, winning great return there. Sickers Muck in 9th there. Luke completes the top 10. Stars 11th. Dynamo Dan 12th. Duncan Dave 13th. Dan Horror Show in 14th has lost the lead. Anthony's 15th. 16th Swanchild. Slayer fastest up. Ashton Army 18th. 19th finish. And Movement 20th position. No retirements in that race. Goodness gracious me. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Who's in the commentary box? Goodness me. Right, let me get some decorum on the go, shall we? Because I need to sort myself out. And I've got a big old sweat patch now. Oh dear, that's not very nice either. Right, Jenner. What a performance there. I was saying in the commentary booth that you've put some doubters, shut some doubters up there with a brilliant performance today. Then we've all know about your qualifying speed there, getting 8 pole positions this season, absolutely fantastic. But your first Grand Prix win since your championship winning season in bronze a few seasons ago. But how important was this win tonight?
Very important. It's been a big boost to confidence, to be honest. I know I've always kind of been there, but my accelerator's had a bit of a problem. It was fluttering on low revs. I found out in Hungary, and it was overheating the tyres, and that's why, I kept on dropping back. But now I found the issue with a bit of WD-40 works, and now I'm back to racing how I should be.
Oh my goodness me! Do you is it too little, too late though for you to mount a championship challenge? At the start of this race, then you was approximately 93 points away from the championship lead, then, but we still got quite a lot of races to go. I think we've got about 9 races to go, so surely it's doable, isn't it?
You never say never. You never know. It looks doubtful when I won the the Bronze League last time. But I managed to, pick up on back end at season, just keep on putting performances in, getting them wins. It helps with sprint races as well, to be honest, to get them extra few points.
And I did mention actually in your championship winning season in bronze, and you was absolutely superb towards the back end of the season. And it was these races like Belgium, like Zandvoort, like Italy. It was these classic races where you started to really home in. Then, so do you think then the next couple of races are crucial for yourself? And are you going to put pressure on yourself? Are you going to be a bit more laid back and just think what it is?
Well, I've been putting in more practice, to be honest, as well. I've put on three practice sessions for lads today. Yeah, we've all been in it, so getting that practice in, get them hours up on game, and get the consistency.
And I got to say that was absolutely sublime today. Then, it was, and of course you mentioned about the issues that you've had in the previous races. Then, um, and now going forward, then, do you think that the minimum aims then is just to be carrying on winning because you are one of the quickest drivers in this championship, if not these quickest, especially in one lap form. Then, do you think then if you and Kian had a straightforward battle, a straight fight between yourself, do you think you could have won today?
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't too bothered when Keane overtook me. I was just gonna let him use all his ERS up. I knew where to save, where to push. So I would just, it was no calm. I was just gonna stick behind and yeah, use the toe off of him to keep up and then make the charge when I needed to.
And that start, I was mentioned that you had a poor start, but was that tactical where you dropped behind Kiernan so you can get a slipstream up the Camel Straight into Lake Holm?
Yeah, I dropped my ERS from hot lap to medium lap, so Kian could just get in front, and then I could follow with. So it is bad to start from pole here, especially with that straight.
Really good stuff today, Gina. Absolutely superb driver there. Your first Grand Prix win of the season. Your eighth of your career as well. Magnificent stuff indeed there. Let's come
Thank
to
you.
Marsky then, who finished second today. Marsky, you almost took the lead in the championship, but I think, according to my masters, by the way, is a very rough guess. I think you're about second at the moment in the championship with Kian there, just a couple of points in front. But you've inserted yourself right back in the thick of things, with your both championship rivals having an absolute nightmare today.
Yeah, to be fair, got a bit lucky with a few of them spinning out. I thought I was going to have a mare myself qualifying P12. I didn't really have time to practice today. I had to do loads of parenting and going to different events for the kids. So come out quali, I tried to push too hard and dropped it starting 12th. I thought P7 is probably the best I'm going to get, but my race pace was just on a different planet today. So I wish I qualified a bit better and had a battle with Jinnah because I think it would have been a good battle.
How selfish of your children.
Yeah.
Shocking. But even so, yeah, your pace was electric in the Grand Prix, and you did fight your way back up into the second. Then it looked like you enjoyed it, but can you enjoy races like this, knowing that you made a mistake in qualifying and knowing that you possibly could have and should have won this race?
It niggles me a little bit, but all in all, I do enjoy the battling my wits against the other drivers and stuff. It's where I get my most enjoyment. Obviously, everybody likes winning, and it's great to win, but it's nice to put on a show for the stream for everyone to watch and see good racing.
Certainly is, and I must say, you in Rocket League literally got rocket ships at the back of those RBs. You absolutely flew by going up the Camel Straight. Did you have a different wing setup compared to everyone else?
Possibly, I went with 0-0.
Wow, that's why.
Yeah.
And of course, with the championship really getting into the thick of things now, we got about 9 races to go, ish, give or take. And you've really inserted yourself into the mix. And what do you think your chances are? Surely they're quite high. Surely you feel that you can win this championship now.
I think a lot of it relies on a few different things, like a couple of the faster guys spinning out or crashing and not scoring so many points. I mean, I still need to sort my qualifying out. I'm not fastest over a single lap. Like I say, a good 4 or 5 people in the league, but my race pace has always been my get out of jail free card. So as long as I can keep moving forward in the race after quali, I think I've got a reasonable chance of maybe getting in the top 3 of the championship. Obviously, the aim is to win it. I got promoted last time in second place when I went silver, so it'd be nice to win it this time.
Yeah, can you go one better? It's certainly looking good then. And of course, we're in the heart of some very classic tracks as well. Like tonight, then we had no safety cars, but we certainly had a lot of action and a lot of very interesting results that have come out of this one. Going into Zandvoort in a week's time is tight, twisty. Are you expecting a crazy race there? Potentially, we could have all sorts of weather as well then. So you're rubbing your hands and you're thinking, no, I just want a straightforward race.
I'm expecting a safety car in Zandvoort. To be fair, it's a bit hectic and hard to overtake, so people get a little bit desperate. So it's keeping the nose clean for that one.
Don't watch 100% because I will be desperate. Well done today, Marski. Brilliant job.
Cheers, thank you, mate.
Let's come to Smithy, who finished third today as well. And Smithy, I think that Kian supporters was willing you on to stay out for a few more laps and then certainly hold up the field then. But after the first couple of corners, you emerged unscathed after all that shenanigans in the opening corners there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that back and seeing what happened there because how I managed to survive that, I don't know, but I'm happy I did.
And of course, when you did survive the first couple of corners, what was you thinking then? Was you kind of thinking, I want safety cars now, then just to have a just to make it a bit easier for you, or did you like the field being strung out a bit?
No, I liked it how it was, to be honest with you. I was actually thinking a safety car right now probably wouldn't. The only thing it would help me with was getting close to Ginner, but judging from the pace that he had, he was only going to drive off into the horizon again anyway. But yeah, no, I was hoping the safety car would stay in.
You and Winnie had quite a good gap over the first couple of laps, but did you and Winnie fight too hard with each other potentially and cost yourself valuable time, or can't you really do that? Do you just have to go for the highest position possible?
No, I think yeah, we did probably cost each other time at the beginning there because that helped obviously him build a nice gap and that stopped any chance of us getting in his DRS early on. So yeah, probably wasn't the right time to fight, but at the same time we had people behind us. If we didn't go to the max, then we would have probably lost places and that would have been other people in this position. So yeah, it's a bit of a hard one to choose that one.
It got very sketchy up at the Kemmel Straight. There was a couple of times where there was 2, 3 abreast. Said, how difficult was it not to like really stick your nose in there, especially with some fighting going on when you come back through the field? How difficult was it, like just to like ease off the accelerator and just not be concerned by it, or was you more concerned about just trying to get the track position there? Because there's times where you did go for it, and then there's other times where you held back. How difficult was it to judge?
Well, to be fair, as always, I've got to give a little bit of credit to Favre. He was my race engineer, sort of thing. He was kind of suggesting like when the people I needed to focus on overtaking and stuff like that. So, but I got to say, got nice off subject a bit, but fair play to Marsky for running 0-0 wings. That's just insane, and the speed he had through them corners as well. I don't know how he did it, but you done well, mate.
Cheers, mate. Much appreciated.
Goodness me. I can't believe it did 0-0 wings. That's incredible. I can't even do 0-0 wings around the ovals. Right, fantastic. And of course, you're happy with this P3 today. You're on the cusp of being crowned the double constructors champion, Smithy, if things go your way. I know we've got a couple more rounds to go. But are you quite happy with that accolade, or would you prefer to be challenging for promotion a bit more? I know you're in fourth at the moment, but the gap is starting to become bigger and bigger at the top three. Are you happy with the constructors championship potentially being coming home to you again, or would you rather be challenging for promotion?
I think a bit of both, to be honest with you. I'm quite happy that we're obviously leading the championship. That's always nice to look on to. I do always look at the constructors' championship. I always look at that as well as the drivers. So yeah, it is quite nice to be on top of that. But yeah, it would be nice to be sitting on top of the drivers' championship at one day. But to be honest with you, I'm just enjoying the racing at the moment. It's top class. It's pretty good quality. So yeah, I'm just enjoying what's going on at the moment. To be fair.
Brilliant stuff today. Well done, Smithy. That was your fourth podium of the season then for Smithy. That was Marsky's sixth podium of the season. Really good stuff indeed. And of course, this is Ginner's first Grand Prix win of the season one, potentially a change in the tide then for Bronson. I cannot wait for Zandvoort in a week's time. Talking of Zandvoort, we're there tomorrow. And talking of Constructors Championship, I'm always looking at the Constructors because that's the only thing I'm fighting for in the 100%. Albeit Sarah Smushing's got 95% of the points, but every little helps and all that kind of stuff. Right, Alex will be taking you through 100% tomorrow. I'll be yelling at my screen again as I'm very slow, so that's going to be fun. But I'll see you on Sunday for more action from Zandvoort. I cannot wait for that. It's going to be a great circuit there. And as Marsky said, there are going to be safety cars. I cannot wait. We love a good safety car. John, did the stream catch my double overtake? I think we did, to be honest. It was absolute chaos at the top of Lake Con, my good sir. I hope I did anyway. There was a lot of double overtaking, but good stuff indeed there from Master John as a good innings as well. Right, I'm going to hibernate for a couple of days. See you on Sunday.